Number 4, this is the full inference procedure for a hypothesis test. In this case, we have two brands of fertilizer. We know the sample size for each. We know the mean and standard deviation. At the 0.05 significance level, do the data provide convincing statistical evidence that the mean number of oranges on trees fertilized with brand C is different from the mean number of oranges on trees fertilized with brand N for all trees similar to those in the study? I will call your attention to this phrase right here, different from the mean number. This implies it is a two-tailed test, so we have to keep that in mind as we move forward. Let's jump in to the full inference procedure. I like to use the form state, plan, do, conclude. So we're going to state, and what we're going to do is state the hypothesis. The null is that the mean of brand C minus the mean of brand N is equal to 0. And the alternative is that they are not equal to 0. Now we have to define what we mean here. We have to define the parameter where mu C minus mu N equals the true difference in mean number of oranges between fertilizer brands C and N, where brand C minus brand N is the difference, for all trees similar to these in the study. We'll use alpha equals 0.05. So a couple of things. You want to indicate the direction of the subtraction. Notice I put brand C minus brand N, the significance level, 0.05, and the full context. That's our state step. The plan step, this is where we check our conditions for the specific procedure we're going to use. So we're going to use a two-sample t-test for the difference in means. We only need to check two conditions here, random and normal condition, because the 10% condition does not apply because this is random assignment. So random, that's satisfied because you have random assignment of the two fertilizers. And for the normal condition, not Norman, normal condition, the sample size of brand C is equal to the sample size of brand N, which is 50, which is greater than or equal to 30. So the central limit theorem applies. Now, one common mistake students make is they will write the conditions down and put a check mark, but not specifically state how those conditions are met. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope this is valuable to you. If so, drop me a like below. It really helps out the channel. Next, we want to do the do step. This is where we actually perform our calculations. So the T star critical value is the difference of the samples, so 141 minus 148, difference of the sample means, minus 0, which is the null mean, divided by the standard error. Now, if you forget how to calculate the standard error for this situation, you can hop on over to the formula sheet. So we have our formula sheet. We'll scroll down to sampling, distribution, and inferential statistics. And we are doing a difference for two population means. So our standard error is right here. That's the formula. That's going to be 15 squared over 58 plus 19 squared over 58. And again, remember, I'm getting those values from the table up here with the mean and standard deviation. And then we want our p-value, and it's helpful to also put down your degrees of freedom. So to get the t-value, the p-value, and the degrees of freedom, we can dump this into Desmos. So inference, we're going to do a t-test. We need two samples. So the first sample, we're going to put in the statistics. The sample size is 58. The mean is 141, and the standard deviation is 15. Sample 2, we'll put that information in. We'll create our test, and we are doing a significance test here. Make sure that the difference is set to 0, and make sure when you put in your sample 1 and sample 2, you put them in the same order of the subtraction that you stated in the state step. And then make sure the tails are set to both. Remember, this was a two-sided test. We have our p-value, our degrees of freedom, and our t-value. So we can write all of that information in. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this and getting a lot of value. If so, would you consider subscribing to the channel? It's free and really helps us out. Then we can make our conclusion. Since p is equal to 0.03, which is less than our alpha level of 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis. We do have convincing evidence of a difference in the mean number of oranges produced by brand C and brand N for trees similar to these. Also, because this was a randomized experiment, we also have evidence that the fertilizer brand caused the difference in mean number of oranges. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to give you credit for that or take away credit for that part about the cause and effect nature. I don't know what the rubric is at this point. I'm interested to know how you felt like you did on the free response section. Drop me a comment below and let me know how you feel like you did and what was the most challenging. All right, guys, that's it for this one. But by the way, if you are considering taking AP Calculus next year, check out my channel. I have tons of videos and resources and lessons and reviews and walkthroughs for AP Calc. I think you'll find it very valuable. Take care.